This is Naomi from the Multi-Stitcher, and today I'm going to bring you a new Flosstube. I hope you have been doing well. Thank you for those who have been supporting my video channel for the last 2 months or so, and welcome to the new subscribers, and thank you for supporting me. I know that I have been missing for the last month or so, but I have just finished my studying, and I have a lot of time in hand, and I can basically do more videos, create more videos, and stitch more. I'm going to show you the current WIPS that I have at the moment. From the program, I'm going to show you the progress of the WIPS that I have at the moment, from the last video, the last Flosstube that I've created and uploaded till now. And I'm going to start off with the first project, which is the peacocks one. This is basically how it's going to be stitched up as the final product. And this is the progress that I have so far. So basically I'm trying to stitch diagonal stitch 10 by 10 box, and I'm doing the parking method as well. I know that it's inverted, I couldn't arrange it. This is my upper left corner downwards. It's a very easy stitch to do. It's a counted one. It's 46 by 46 centimeters, and I'm starting to realize that I prefer counted rather than stamped cross stitch. For those of you who have watched my last Flosstube, basically I created some milestones of my current WIPS that I have so far, and I explained that every box, like this, every box has a different color. Every color is representing different milestones. Basically, if it's stitched in red, it's 300 stitches. If it's stitched in blue, it's 500, and if it's stitched in green, 1000 stitches. And for my peacocks, I have 1500 stitches, around 1500 stitches. I have green and blue. Okay, so this is giving me like an update, an estimate on what I have so far. On to my second one, which is the coffee shop. This is what's going to look like once it's done. I know it's glossy, sorry, but I have my light exactly in front of me. At the moment I have this. So basically I've started this WIP as soon as I finished my first Flosstube. It was one of my picks. My second one, my last video, basically, to put it that way, I've picked up, I don't know how many projects to work on, and basically this is one of the projects that I had to one of my picks, and I've started from here downwards. This is the wall, the brick wall, and I'm working on the window. It's a 14 count, it's an easy stitch to do, and it has a lot of backstitch, but since it has practically almost every part has a lot backstitch, I am doing the best backstitch as I go, because then I get confused and it's the first time that I'm doing backstitch. So I need to practice as I go. If I see then that for further projects that it's easier for me to do the backstitch after, I will do the backstitch after. But for this project, I'm finding that it's easier for me to backstitch after once every block is done. My third project is my Christmas gnomes, which is, this is how it's going to look like once it's done. It's a very cute one. I love stitching on this one as well. And I have, wait a bit, I've been working on this part. It's a 60 by 44 centimeters, and it's a stamped, as you can see, it's a stamped cross stitch. To give you an update on the milestones, so for the Christmas gnomes I have around 1,300 stitches done, and for the coffee shop I have exactly 1,300 stitches. This is an estimate, it's not like the boom. I put everything in place because then I'll get everything mixed up. Fourth one, we're on the fourth one. It's my Pokemon. So this is practically, wait a bit, how it's going to look like once it's done. This is the picture. And this is all I have done so far. So basically I'm working on my lightning bolt and the background. To tell you the truth, it's one of my least favorites because the symbols are so smudged into each other that certain symbols you can barely even recognize if you do not have a magnifying light or your pattern next to it. Next to you, you would not be able to do it. However, having said that, my pattern is also smudged. So therefore, I would need to have to actually use my magnifying lamp next to me. My magnifying glasses, sorry, because I have glasses, not my lamp, to actually stitch on this. Having said that, I have actually managed to stitch 500 stitches. This is basically one of my recent WIPS as well, so I haven't managed to stitch as much on it. The ones that I've showed you, they are all 11 count except for my coffee shop, which is 14 count. And they're all stitched on Ada cloth. My next one is my cottage. This is a 40 by 30 centimeter. This is also a stamped cross stitch, and this is what I've been working on so far. And I was working on my background. What I plan to do is try to stitch on the house, on the actual cottage, to see how it blends in with the background, because all I have done are the clouds and the sky so far. I still have this part to finish as part of my background, but I always try to start my projects from the top left corner of my Ada. This is a very fun stitch to do. I actually enjoy working on it. It doesn't have a lot of confetti, it's just a block, so it's pretty straightforward to stitch on. And as part of my milestones, my cottage has 1000 stitches done. Considering that I was doing my thesis, yes, I have 1000 stitches on it. Now, Mela, this is my koi fish, and this is how it's going to look like once it's done. This was a free kit from either VIP Cross Stitch or Biggest Craft, because I paid for I don't know how many kits, and one of the offers was once you pay for an X amount of stitches of kits, you'd get one for free, and this was one of my free kits. And this was a bargain because, give me a chance, because I have a lot of, because, wait for it, 3, 2, 1, this is how it's big, and all I have done is basically this part. It's a 14 count, and it's, does it tell you the centimeters or no? We're going to check here. It's 71 by 56 centimeters, so it's big. But it's a partial, and it has a lot of block colors. Having said that, it's 66. It has 66 colors. And I can't wait to stitch on it more to see the detail that it's going to come out, since it has that much of colors, and also it has a lot of detail on it. So I'm waiting for the confetti to start. I have managed to stitch 500 stitches this past month or so, so I didn't manage to stitch that much on it. Now, onto my first pillowcase. This is Gnomes in a Coffee. This is how it's going to look like once it's done, once it's stitched. Give me a chance so that I'll manage to arrange it. Yes. So this is my gnome in a coffee. It's in a form of a pillowcase. and this is how it's going to look like. So this is the actual stitch. I started working on the background and his hat here. However, as you can see, I made a boo-boo. I spilled water on it. However, it's still manageable to stitch. I get my pattern and I work on it, which is fine. However, since it has clear symbols on my canvas, I was really angry with myself having to spill the water on it. It was one of my few WIPs that I have clear symbols on without any patterns, and just like stitch, grab a color and I stitch. So I was angry. Having said that, I managed to stitch 500 stitches, and it was one of my new projects which I picked up from the last Flosstube up till now. Another one which I had a sad start on, which is my stitch voodoo. However, I started the actual character stitch, and I was working on this flower and up here. So this is all stitched. So I have all this stitched. I have this stitched, and I started from here going up. That is all I have. I can show you better from here because it doesn't show from the other side. So this is basically what I managed to stitch. It's not one of my picks, my favorite picks to stitch on. Having said that, I managed to stitch 500 stitches. I'm trying to make a goal on every stitch to manage to either stitch 300 or 500 stitches, so that like that my WIPs would all have the love. I try to not have preferences, however I do. You can't not have preferences when it's this hobby, I believe. My last WIP that I want to show you is a pattern which I bought from Modern Folk Embroidery. It's called the Crowned Heart sampler, which is this one. So I just bought the pattern, I bought the Ada and all the colors. It's not the called for colors. I recharted the pattern and managed to find DMC threads and fabric in Malta. And I have this ready, this done. I love the stitch, I want to continue it, and I have around 20% done from the actual stitch. 15 to 20% done, because I'm not sure exactly. It's a very easy stitch to do. I use Pattern Keeper to take note of where I am, what I have stitched, where I am, and where I want to continue stitching. So basically those are the current WIPs that I have, and moving on to the next chapter of this video, which is Stitch Mania. I know that it's a bit late. We're in the middle of May almost, so it's a bit late. However, I still want to try and do the Stitch Mania. And the actual WIPs that I will be focusing on for Stitch Mania are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 WIPs, 6 current WIPs, which are, the coffee shop, which is this one, and I will be working on my coffee shop every Mondays. My peacocks, I know it's a bit okay. Every Tuesdays I will be working on. Every Wednesday it's my Pokemon. Come on. My Crowned Hearts sampler. My Christmas gnomes. And also my koi fish. Where is it? Goodness gracious me. Too much going on here. So basically those are my WIPs. Theme going for my Stitch Mania are these. So Mondays are my Mocha Mondays, so that's why I have my coffee shop. It has a lot of coffee colors. Tuesdays, Animal Tuesdays, so I picked up my peacocks. Wednesdays are my Yellow Wednesdays, so that's why I have my Pokemon. Thursday, it's all about me, so I wanted to pick up the wedding sampler since I love working on it. And I love counted cross stitch, so that's my second one that I have as counted. Fridays are my seasonal Fridays, so I picked up Christmas gnomes. And Saturdays are my animal Saturdays, so I picked up the second animal cross stitch that I have, which are the fish. And Sunday, I keep it on rotation. I pick up one of these 6, which I want to continue stitching on. And then the next week, this Sunday, I will replace it with another cross stitch so that it has double the love and care. Having said that, I plan to do floss tubes every 2 to 3 weeks, so that I'll have enough progress to show you what I've been working on, and maybe a stitch with me every 2 weeks. Since I work in the mornings and I have certain days which I coach in the afternoon, since I'm a tennis player as well, I try to juggle everything. So I think that is a good plan which we can keep on going. If you have any, I would love for you to comment and like or even share my channel with YouTube, and also subscribe. It would help me, and we create a community between us. Have a good day, have a good week. Bye bye for now.